Hello, my name's Simon Rourke. I'm a team leader at Keighley Library, and today we're in Keighley Local Studies Library where we're taking part in the 2015 Heritage Day, and we're just having an open day here at Keighley Local Studies, and all the local societies are taking part, and it's just to celebrate local history and the heritage of the Keighley district.
This is Andy Ward, gentleman who invited me to the Heritage. Tell us a bit about what you're doing, Andy.
Well, we're doing research on all the soldiers, sailors and airmen who served in wartime. We've called the Men of Worth project, and we've got something like 4,000 records of people just from Keighley and district. So we're doing a lot of research on them. Very good.
I'll move on. Right, this is my contribution to the exhibition. Few buckles, few reins. These are for reins, but that one is to hold a musket together. I just thought I'd stick a little sovereign in there, look, in a case. That's a spur buckle, back to the Civil War. A few odds and ends. A bit of silver dotted around just to show it off, you know. And a few loom weights and the main exhibitions there. But everybody's having a good time. Mainly it's to do with world wars and recognition of people, but this is a little bit different. Right, this is one of the cards. I'll just give you a close-up of what's going on. It's based on my book Ghosts and Legends of Bronteland, and we've got, let's see what we got. We start off with, these are all around Keighley Way, Yorkshire district. An Edward Penny, Elizabeth First, there's, I think it's a groat and a 3 pence. And then there was Robert Lund of Skipton, his halfpenny. That was interesting. That's copper, 1666, eh? Then little silver charms. There's a little Charles First there. An 1838. That one's hold in the middle. This is a very unusual one. It's cut there, and there was a little thing there for one person to wear, and then in this cut out bit they drill a hole, and it's togetherness, you know. Right, the English Civil War raged round Bradford and Bingley and just up the hill from where I live, Fairfax Embankment. Here's some coinage from that period. Shilling there, Charles, well, 12 pennies to be precise. Musket balls. Sixpences, look, they tend to get pretty beaten up over the year, but that's quite a nice picture of our Charlie, is that, look. Musket balls. And then from there we go to halfpenny love token. You've got to realise that this is for people who haven't seen anything like this about detecting. They're just coming into the library, having a look, hopefully get them interested. Then a silver christening spoon with mythical etchings on it, look. A bronze snake buckle. They're all based on mythology, these things. We come down to a couple of everlasting life brooches, look. That's going back to your Celtic designs. There we got a flint elf bolt arrowhead, circa 5000 BC. Found that, didn't find it with a detector, found it when I was just up on the moors. There's one of your evil eye, one spot tokens. And then, let's get over to that one, just a lead spindle whorl, which there's always the tales of spinning in the fairies and myths and things like that. And then the interesting bit is the witch protection amulet, 18th century, solid lead with iron nails hammered into it, and the nails were protection against evil spirits, and they used to drag all the spirits into the lead and hold them down with the weight of the lead. That is one heavy object. So that's one of the items.
My name is Ian Walton. I'm co-director of a historical military organisation named the Men of Worth. The Men of Worth comes from the area that we live in. It is an area of the River Worth and the River Aire. But Men of the Worth bit came from the good thing that the men were, and women, they were people of worth. So it fell into place that the name would be the Men of Worth.
We owe them a lot.
We owe them a lot, and we will not forget them. If I've my way.
Thanks a lot. This is the fallen that Ian's put together from Keighley district during 1915, and look at that, I found another database nut. Because I've got a database 4,500 lead seals, Ian, right? Everybody thinks one. But it's better than train spotting, and it means a lot. Right.
What this database does, it gives their family name,
yes,
their first name, and
yes,
initial if we know it, the
right,
dates, their age,
yeah,
honours if they have any, the date of death, the rank,
right,
regiment, unit, the country they're buried in, the service number, the cemetery they're buried in, the cemetery number, whether they're in the Keighley Book of Remembrance, and the additional information about their family, if we know it.
Right, that's brilliant. A lot of people appreciate this.
This is a great story here. Andy got a telephone call. A gentleman had spotted a war memorial out in the street in the rain.
Right.
We rang around. I went to look for it because it was near me. I couldn't find it. We'd been given the wrong street. Andy went in his car, ran around, found it. It's a beautiful memorial, and it ties in with the windows from the same church that are in Cliff Castle.
Oh, very good.
So of course we have given this to Cliff Castle, our local museum,
yes,
so it can go with the windows. Yeah. You know, this is we don't want to keep these under our bed. We want to get these back to where they belong.
It's well worth a look. Cliff Castle got some marvellous stuff.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, a lot of these are in storage.
Right.
They've got about 10 in storage. There's nowhere to put them. But this one, because they've got the glass, falls nicely into place. Right. They both go together.
That's the problem I'm having with museums with the seals. Yeah. They'll just...
Yeah, they'll go in the drawer.
Yeah, they'll bury them.
Yeah.
45 kilos, I'm on. They'll still bury them. With the second board, I'm just trying to illustrate a few of the things that were found around 18th century Keighley. Look, I can't even spell Keighley. It's L-E-Y. Oh dear, bottom of the class. Bull nose ring. Ring that went through the nose of a bull and then fastened together. Found a few of those. That one's quite nice nick, in quite nice condition. When money was real money, silver half crown, George III, 1820. A key and a half. Look at the size of that key. It's for the church door or a mansion house. Horse brass, mostly the square, and they go through the leather on horses, but up my way. But now and again we get quite a nice stag there, horse brass. A candle snuffer. I've had a few of these. This is in very good nick. You just snuff out your candle. Boom, boom. A genuine lead pencil. Yes. For writing on slates. A couple of cartwheel pennies. Well, one's a penny. That's the penny. And then alongside we got the 2 pennies. 1 ounce copper, 2 ounce copper, 1797. This is when money was money. Toy cannons. It's not been squashed, they did them flat in a mould. But that's a cannon that they were using around that time. This is a toy cannon, and it really works. It's a proper little cannon. You load it at that end, put your little wick in that end, and when it fires, the gun carriage is missing unfortunately, but that really fires, and if you're at the other end you will know about it. And then finally, how about some I thought these were nutcrackers when I first saw them, and I thought they must be tiny little nuts, but they're sugar crackers. When sugar came in lumps, I don't mean sugar cubes, I mean lumps of solid sugar, crystals, great big crystals, and they would break them up with these sugar crackers. This is the only pair I've found intact. I've found lots of sides, but only the one like that. So there you go, a little touch of the old George and Keighley. I don't know whether to leave that or not. Right, next.
There's Andy doing his stuff, telling this young lady all about her ancestry. One advantage of this is you get two very charming young ladies willing to come and dig for you. Just nipped out for a bite to eat, and I'd never seen this on a menu before. Rump steak, 444 calories. It's actually got the calories of everything. Love it. Look at that, battered fish and chips, 1,242 calories. Oh, and I used to have 2 battered fish and chips, my God. Oh, it's been a good day actually. I've met a few people, but no detectorists, whatever. Very poorly advertised, so we'll see different next year. Fresh from the grill. Me, I'm just having soup of the day with half a baguette, just to keep me going.